Hello everybody, Pallytub here. Well, who's everybody? Oh, that was weird. Hello everyone, Pallytub here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. We find ourselves on the PTR today. Once again, I'm going to be playing Murky with viewers just like you in a custom game. So our skill level may be all over the place, but I wanted to check out his new talents because he just got a full rework, and I have a build in mind that might be kind of fun. That delay though. Hey! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on Tomb of the Spider Queen. The friendly team, Arthas, Falstad, Alarak, Uther, and Murky. The enemy team, Lucio, ETC, Artanis, Nazebo, and Alarak. Hey, thank you everyone. Good luck, have fun. That rhymed. So, Murky has a ton of new talents, and I'm not going to be going over all of them today, but what I am going to start with is Egg Hunt. Now, what this allows Murky to do is place 3 fake eggs on the ground alongside his real ones. So I can put my real egg back here in ultimate safety and then move forward. I'm assuming we're gonna do a spin here. I don't actually know. This isn't on the squadron channel. It looks like we are spinning. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna do a little bit of spinning with the Suicide Uther, and I can put an egg down right here that's fake, and if they attack that, then they're gonna be hit with slime. And you can kind of litter the map with these, and not only are they a nice distraction for the enemy team, but they also grant you a little bit of vision as well if you put them in the right places, which is pretty cool. Our pufferfish has an increased range. You'll have to excuse me, I don't know the specifics of how slime was changed, if it even was, but okay. But pufferfish has an increased range. The towers do attack it now, so you do have to be mindful of that. It can and will be killed by towers pretty quickly. And you also, I think that's about it as far as the baseline mechanical changes. I'm gonna put an egg down here. What are the fake ones? For scouting purposes. The build I'm going for today is a mixture between a slime build and an auto attack build, which I think might actually be kind of viable. I was testing around in try mode just a little bit. I don't know if I'll actually enjoy it or not, but you know, we'll see. It should ramp up quite nicely. March of the Murlocs has some pretty exciting changes at level 20. It actually allows you to just channel March of the Murlocs indefinitely if you were so inclined to actually do that. Which basically means that you can, if the enemy team isn't paying attention to their buildings dying, you can essentially just sit there and channel until every building in the game is dead. I'm pretty sure March of the Murlocs can out DPS a core. No reason we can't move our real egg up a little bit more. You know what we're gonna do? We have fake egg. I'm gonna put the real egg here, and then a fake egg here. I'll make them guess. Yeah, mind games. It begins. All right, so how's the game going? We're pretty even on spider butts with the enemy team right now. Let's go in here and assert our Murky dominance just a little bit. Now, if we get powers slided on, that's obviously gonna hurt, but we can slow these guys down with the slime and continue to let our Alarak deal a pretty decent amount of damage to these guys. We are gonna go for slime time here. If we continuously slimed enemies, that's one way of putting it. If we hit someone with our Q that's already been hit with the Q that is suffering from the debuff, you'll notice a little bit of goop on them. Uh-oh, that did. Uh-oh, got ahead of himself just a little bit. I'm gonna turn it. We are a little bit ahead of the enemy team on XP. That is because of the 2 kills that we have received. I'm just gonna put this here. Now, the pufferfish can be hit by towers now, but their radius has been increased. And there are some builds that focus around getting defenses from the pufferfish now as well, which is pretty interesting. We almost have enough to turn in. Is Alarak turning good right now? Maybe I should put one of my fake pufferfish here, or fake eggs here, just so I can have vision of that. And as Lucio's kiting away from me, we just wanted to hit him with another slime, but unfortunately he did push me back. Let's go ahead and zip up, and then we will rejoin the team. Oh, another really big change to the pufferfish that I'm assuming Nazebo will be able to just completely get around, no problem, because he always seems to be bugged with pufferfish interaction. The pufferfish actually can be targeted by spells now, someone was telling me. And they have a base health pool. Yeah, so they just have 310 health. And if you kill that, great, it's dead. If you don't, then it's gonna blow up. Previously, the pufferfish used to work by having, this quest is gonna be harder to stack up than I thought, I think. That was a weird sentence. The pufferfish basically just had a 3 attack health bar. If you hit it 3 times, it would go away. That's no longer the case. We are gonna go for time to krill, which is going to allow our auto attacks to actually slow enemies down. So this pesky little Lucio here, if he's giving us too much trouble, kiting us around too much, we can slow him down. And we might actually be able to get a kill on ETC here, because he couldn't move after Alarak pushed him back into our defenses. That's pretty fucking neat, team. That's pretty neat. So basically, my role is just crowd control here. I'm going in and I'm trying to keep these guys busy. I'm trying to keep the enemy team occupied, keep them in our spell effects, and just slap them around a little bit in the meantime. I want to land as many slimes as humanly possible on already slimed targets, which as you can see, it's actually been a little bit difficult to do. There are multiple stages to this quest. So at 15, I get more damage. At 30, I get a bigger slow. So, you know, we're working on it. We're working on it, team. It's going to be a slow process. At level 20, we can actually reduce the cooldown of slime by half. Give it a fucking 2-second cooldown instead of a 4, which is insane, by the way. That's a lot of damage. The build-up code for today is based around buffing up the damage of the slime and then weaving in auto attacks as well for some extra damage on top of that. So we'll kind of see how that goes. I'm pretty optimistic, though. I think it's going to go pretty well. Murky has a health increase that allows him to survive through a little bit more. But of course, as always, when you're thinking about Murky, you want to make sure you're not dying around any enemies that might have seasoned marksman. Because, of course, when he does die, even though he respawns at his egg and you only give a quarter XP to the enemy team, you still give that whole 5 seasoned marksman stacks to the enemy team if you get hit enough. I am going to go for March of the Murlocs here. I don't think this version of March has changed at all, but it's just a pretty fucking cool ability that I want to use anyway. We're going to attack the Lucio here, try to keep him controlled, but with that wall run, he's a little bit too quick for me to keep up with. But now that we're pushing in here, we could just go ahead and march and then watch chaos ensue. We could slow down Artanis as he's running away, try to bubble out of this as well. Some slimes on Lucio. These guys are completely forced out of that area. They took a ton of damage, and now they're going to be completely pushed out. Not to mention, we're damaging the buildings here as well. Why did I hearth? Why did I do that? It's been a while since I've played Mrggl. I'm not used to always just being on the map, but hey, I can come clean this up really quick. That's totally what I was doing. I saw a lot of, you know, mob buildup in here in the top lane, and I wanted to make sure that it was dealt with adequately. Now, if you are going to focus on the level 20 version of March of the Murlocs, where you can just keep marching, I would definitely recommend picking up Living the Dream at level 4 instead of what I'm doing, because it'll just give you a base ability power increase. Not only affecting your basic abilities, but also your heroic ability as well. It's one of the few ability power increases in the game that actually still does that. We have March of the Murlocs again in 10 seconds. The enemy team not really hunting my eggs down at all, but you can see I have vision of the turn-in down in the bottom lane because of that egg placement there, which is pretty cool. Let's just keep landing these slimes for as long as I can stay alive. Also, you get one. There you go. Health regen, it's looking pretty good. It's not like Mrggl levels of healing or anything, but we could just kind of chill in the back and heal up pretty fast, actually, considering our effective health pool. Looks like ETC did move up to the top lane, and we are gonna follow. March of the Murlocs is gonna go right in this little corridor, I think. Actually, I don't really think we need it. Let's just go ahead and finish off that gazebo. Another thing I want to point out with March of the Murlocs is if you could find a decent angle. Awkward. Hello? Hello, how are you? Please leave. If you can find a decent angle, you can actually attack buildings through a wall. So that angle might be like right here. If you can go up here and angle march through, you can kill that sippy cup before you can actually get to that. Not really useful versus a sippy cup, but you know, that mentality might be useful. I'm pretty sure on haunted mines, you could kill a fort before the enemy team like even loses the wall. I'm pretty sure there's some decent angles for that, or at least there used to be. We are gonna go for basic attack armor versus characters like this. We're gonna be reducing the damage that they deal to us by 75 for 2 seconds, and this is granted whenever we land a basic attack on someone. So as we go in and trade with the enemy team, we are going to receive armor, making it easy for us to trade with the enemy team. 75 armor is a shit ton, by the way. A massive, massive, massive amount. Nice heroic there by Falstad. That got some changes in the last patch too. It's actually gonna give CDR based, oh god, that Sindra Ghost was disgusting. It's actually gonna give cooldown reduction a ton based on how many enemy heroes you hit with it, which basically means you get a lot more value out of that ability now, and there might be a reason to once again pick that over Gus. March of the Murlocs is out versus the enemy team here, moving in, dealing tons of damage over time. Are we going to be taken down here? I'm going to go ahead and safety bubble, try to stay alive at least a moment longer. My respawn is really far back. Now, a good Murky player is going to be moving his eggs up to be aggressive. I'm still just getting back into the swing of things, man. Looks like even though the keep is able to target our pufferfish, just by having that pufferfish down on the ground, we're still able to get that damage off. So even though, oh, nice knockback, holy crap. Even though that was changed and these will be targeted by buildings, if you only have the keep in range, then you're still gonna be able to get that pufferfish damage off before the building kills it. We're doing pretty fucking good with slime damage in here, team. Let's throw out some more pufferfish. We are just muscling our way into the enemy team here. That's a divine shield. All right, wasn't ready for that. Didn't know that was the play. Do we have enough for it? We almost have enough for another turn as long as we don't die here. I'm just gonna throw pufferfish down, push these guys back a little bit more. Everyone's really low on mana, so it's definitely in our best interest to leave here. I'll just rotate down to bottom lane though. As Murky, you're always doing something. This quest to stack up slime has proved a little bit more difficult than I thought, but as we hit level 16, that should change. Everybody get on now, stop, okay. Oh, that was satisfying. That was satisfying. That was good. As we get to level 16, we're gonna be picking up the toxic buildup talent. Every third consecutive basic attack against enemy hero causes a free slime to be cast upon them. Now, this is a slime that does not use the cooldown of your Q ability. So right now, our slime is going to deal 161 damage. If we could find a target to use it against, I'm assuming they're taking this camp. So as we slime Lucio here, it's gonna do 161 damage. And then we have another slime ready to go on top of that with our every third auto attack. So it's a ton of damage, as you can see right there. It's absolutely massive as long as you can continue to micro your character and weave those auto attacks in as you move. Easier said than done sometimes, but a fast character like Lucio should have been pretty difficult for us to kind of do that maneuver on. So the consecutive buildup of the slow is really nice, and it looks like that does tick up our quest for the slime significantly faster, so we only need to do that 5 more times. And now, of course, because we're Murky, our entire team is up at the top lane. We killed Lucio, so we already have the numbers advantage, and now we're gonna be able to push in here. Oh, it's also great for Siege too, did I mention that? Or is it only versus heroes? It might only be versus heroes. Let's see. We're totally dead here. Yeah, it's only heroes. So never mind, it's terrible for Siege damage. Power-Time doesn't know what he's talking about. So I thought I was gonna get a little bit more done with that push because I thought we were pushing in top as well, so I kind of overcommitted to that. But that's okay, no big deal. Again, we're Murky, so we respawn right away. Again, we wouldn't be worried about giving too many Seasoned Marksman stacks to our Tannis because we give him a full level every time we die. But we do have the objective once again, and it is going to be pushing in hard against the tier 2 defenses of the enemy team. Let's go ahead and knock this around a little bit. There we go, nicely done. I don't even know why I'm focusing on the objective at this point. We've controlled every single one of them, I think. Artanis being in that spot there with the stun of... well, there's a lot of factors there. The Sindragosa also helped, but with the stun of Uther and the slows from my auto attacks, basically Artanis being that far overextended, there's not much room for him to actually get away after that. I actually really like this slow talent. I'm assuming Relentless would counter it fairly well, but even ETC here, look, we can deal a ton of bonus damage to him and keep him controlled as well, just because he took a little too, one too many steps too far. I'm gonna go ahead and back up here. I wonder if the upgrade for the bubble to heal at level 13 would be a little bit better than the armor. Yeah, please. For this build, I would normally go for the slime cooldown reduction here. The making Mrggl, which is really hard to say for some reason. But that would allow us to just like have a 2-second cooldown on our slime, which when your entire build is based around slime already, I'm sure you can imagine is pretty strong. But instead, because the people in this match wanted to see it, we'll go for the never-ending Murlocs, and we'll just hit the core. This is this game is pretty much over, right? We all agree on that. So we'll go ahead, we'll try to hit level 20, and then I will hit the core with everything I have from the never-ending march of the Murlocs. Look at that. As long as I channel this, they will continue to leave my body. I could sit here, hands off the keyboard for the rest of the game, and if the enemy team didn't notice me doing this, I would kill the core. Now this could be targeted a lot better. I could have had more Murlocs on the core, but just look at that damage tick up. Just look at that. It's crazy. Looks like Nazeebo doesn't like it, however. Now, of course, that is the downside to doing that. You are completely still, and you're going to be killed by the enemy team more than likely, because they will definitely notice you there. And with this particular build, we didn't have any spell armor or anything like that, so keep that in mind. But that is my take on the auto attack slime hybrid Murky build. You can still do builds that are pretty similar to what he used to do if you were so inclined, but this one is pretty damn fun. We have Egg Hunt at level 1, Slime Time level 4, Time to Krill at level 7, March of the Murlocs level 10, Fish Tank level 13, Toxic Buildup at level 16, and Never Ending Murlocs at 20. Again, I would recommend, if you are going to take the never-ending Murlocs talent, where you just constantly channel those bad boys out, that you go for Living the Dream at level 4 instead. This will also increase your slime damage as long as you're able to stay alive, and considering I never actually finished this quest, that was probably the better way for me to go as well. But it does allow you to get a ton of damage out, and of course that slime damage is going to be increased by the toxic buildup talent. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is the first look at the remade Murky. He seems a lot better. Definitely. Just the fact that he can have multiple eggs down, I think makes him feel a lot better. But thank you all for joining me today. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you all next time.